Welcome to another Cardano update. So as you can see, Cardano got to about 39 cents, which means that yes, we can confirm that this second wave move down is in, and that we are actually heading for the third wave right here. Now keep in mind, to get to that third wave, we still have to get to about 41.3 cents, which could happen very, very quickly. But there is something that you also need to keep in mind, and that is the fact that we are currently overbought on the 4-hour. So if we get some kind of correction now, then do not be surprised, but I'm still expecting the price to pump after that. And also, if we get a correction and then we pump after that, that would be very bullish because it would mean that we will most likely stay above the bull market support band. As you can see, we are currently above the bull market support band. And this move that's happening right now is pretty much happening because Bitcoin dominance dropped a bit. And of course, it only dropped like 1%. I will talk about this very, very soon. But before I do that, next we talk about Cardano. So as you can see, we got rejected by the bull market support band here as well. And we stayed above it. But after we broke above it, we started getting red wicks. So if we want to stay bullish, like I said, then yeah, it is possible that we do get a correction, but after that, we should get a third wave right here, which, like I said, should get to 41.3 cents. And then after we do that, we should get a fourth wave and then a fifth wave move up. And once we get these 5 waves, then I will be able to confirm that the B wave low right here is in, and that we are actually heading in a C wave of the third wave of this 1-2 setup right here. And of course, this C wave will also need an ABC structure. So these 5 waves will only form the first A wave of that C wave. And then after that, we will lead a B wave and then another C wave of the C wave to complete the C wave of the third wave right here. And we'll see if this happens. Obviously, there is a chance that Bitcoin dominance continues to go up. But like I said many times, Bitcoin dominance will most likely go down in November because it always does. So this move right here that's happening right now does not really surprise me. Now, something else that I have to keep in mind is that if we want to stay bullish, we kind of have to get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. So if we start going down now, then I do not really want to see the price go below 34.5 cents, because if we do go below that level, I mean, it would be pretty bad. So yeah, we could get a correction because at the end of the day, this structure is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. So yeah, it looks complete, but we could obviously overextend. And honestly, maybe this is actually a 1, 2, 3 setup, and maybe we have not gotten a fourth wave yet. So we'll see what happens with this. And keep in mind, we are still going sideways. So if we want to turn bullish, we have to get above this A wave high right here, which is exactly at the 200% extension that we need. And then after that, we also need to get above this high right here, which is at 45.6 cents. And then, of course, we have to form some kind of 5-wave move to the upside. And even if we go to like 52.7 cents, that will not confirm that the main second wave to the downside, which is right here, is actually in. We will still need 5 waves up after that. So after the third wave, we still need a 4 and a 5. Once we get these 5 waves, I will be able to confirm that the main second wave move down is in. Now, before I talk about Bitcoin dominance, let next we talk about Bitcoin as well, because I believe this is also important. So Bitcoin is doing what I expected Bitcoin to do. And, there are still people that are saying that Bitcoin will get to 43K in Q4 of this year, which makes no sense. But, I mean, these people obviously have no idea what they're talking about. So there's no reason to argue with them. Now, let me talk about the Elliott wave count, which has been very, very accurate so far. So Bitcoin always reacted to my support levels and it always bounced after. For example, here we touched the 0.786 support level and then we bounced. So Bitcoin reacted to my support levels, which is good, but this third wave right here is still not complete and we still need to get to $80,000 in order to complete it. And right now we're about, let's say, $4,800 away from that. So I'm still expecting to get this very soon. I would not be surprised if we got to these levels in the next couple of days, to be honest with you. Now, let me talk about the Elliott wave count. So here we have a 1-2 setup, and right now we are working on the third wave of this 1-2 setup, which should get the 200% extension right here, like I said. And in this third wave right here, we have an A-B structure, and we are currently working on the C wave, which is the yellow C wave right here. And in that yellow C wave, we have another A-B structure. And as you can see, this A-B structure reacted to the support zone as well. And in this A-B structure, we also need a C wave, and we are currently working on that C wave, which is the green C wave. And what do you know, in this A-B structure, we also have another A-B structure, which reacted to the support zone, like I said. And right now we are working on the C wave, which is the blue C wave, of the C wave, which is the green C wave, of the yellow C wave, of the third wave right here. So yeah, this can sound complicated, but trust me, it's not really that complicated. And like I said, so far, this scenario has been respected quite a lot. So I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin at these levels in a couple of days, to be honest with you. Now, keep in mind, we have an alternative scenario in case this is not what's happening right now. So maybe what's happening right now is something else. And that is that maybe this is a 1, 2, 3 setup. And right now we are in an A, B, C structure. And if that's the case, I mean, if we start dropping right now and we get below this low, then yeah, that's most likely going to be the case. And if that happens, then there's this support level right here. And to stay bullish, we have to stay above $62,000 right now. But keep in mind, we just had a cross on the bull market support band, so it's very unlikely that Bitcoin starts dropping now. Also, don't forget, Bitcoin does not really go down in Q4 in a halving year, so yeah, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go down right now. I'm actually expecting Bitcoin to hit 1 other K by the end of the year. And I don't know if you can remember, but I said that when we were down here. And people did not believe me. People said that we would go to like 20K or so. And that obviously did not happen. And that obviously would not have made sense. So, you know. Now let's look at Bitcoin dominance as well. As you can see, we had a correction on the Bitcoin dominance chart. And maybe this is a sign that we have topped. Now, obviously, this is not enough to confirm that we have topped. But as you can see, we went from about 61% to 60%. And Cardano already started going crazy. So imagine what happens when Bitcoin dominance started dropping to these levels right here at like 49% or maybe 42% or maybe even like 40% to touch the trend line right here. And as you can see on the daily chart, the correction that we got looks like absolutely nothing, but yet Cardano still went up about 7% today. So yeah, imagine what will happen once we do something like this. It would be crazy. Now, to confirm that the top is already in on the Bitcoin dominance chart, we would need a break below the bull market support band, and that would not necessarily confirm that the top is in. To confirm that the top is actually in, we would need a break below this level, and then let's say a break below about 55% dominance. If we get to these levels, then yeah, I think it's going to be pretty certain that we have topped and that we are actually heading in an altcoin season that everyone has been pretty much waiting for the past 2 years. Now, if you look at the daily chart, Bitcoin dominance was overbought and it's now cooling off, so we'll see. And yeah, it did react to the 0.618 expansion, but like I said, this is not enough to confirm that the top is in. But I'm still expecting Bitcoin dominance to get some kind of correction in November. And when that happens, then of course I'm expecting Cardano to get a pump like it did in the previous cycle. I don't know if you watched my previous videos, but I did tell you that in the previous cycle on the Cardano chart, we did the exact same thing. So we were going down in August and then we started going sideways in September and October. And then all of a sudden, when Bitcoin dominance had a correction in November, that's when Cardano actually went up 100%. So this could literally happen again, and it would make sense considering the fact that here in this cycle, in the previous cycle, we were also in a 1-2 setup, and we were also going sideways after getting the low right here in the second wave move down. And we were also at the exact same time of the cycle, and guess what? We also needed a third wave move to the upside. And don't forget, from the all-time highs right here, Cardano was still down about 90% during this time of the cycle. So here it was at about 10 cents or so, and it proceeded to go up to like $3 in the bull market. So yeah, we have not had an altcoin season yet, but I believe one will happen very, very soon. And when that happens, then do not be surprised if Cardano gets like $5 to $8 in this cycle. Now, something else that I want to talk about is the RSI on the monthly chart. As you can see, we are currently below the yellow line, and I'm expecting Cardano to get above it in November. And if that happens, then we will most likely start doing something like we did in the previous cycle right here, which is, this. So yeah. Now, keep in mind, when we were in a 1-2 setup in this previous cycle, we were not below the yellow line, but when we were in this 1-2 setup, we were below the yellow line, and then we started pumping. So yeah, either way, I think this is going to be very bullish, and I would not be surprised to see Cardano at like $1 to maybe $2 by the end of the year. Now, like I said, that will only happen if we get a correction on the Bitcoin dominance chart. And like I said, I don't know if Bitcoin dominance will continue going up in December or if we have already topped, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts. And if you want to support our channel, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.